Boy, oh boy, people. I really had to come out of semi-retirement for this one. Now, everybody know that I've decided to kind of give social media a break, right? And when I say a break, I don't mean I'm not going to every now and again keep abreast of what's going on social media, because I am a blogger. I mean, I don't know if it's good. So when we do resurface, I mean, I still want to be, up on what's going on. So yeah, I'm going to every now and again scroll and see what's going on. Now, I run into something today, right? And I really had to come and say something. Really had to come and say something, right? Because there was a lesson to be seen and learned today, right? Because in one day, two persons was revealed as if they're being a backstabber, a fake, a hypocrite, whatever you guys want to call it, right? Now, one of them got dismissed, totally dismissed. They didn't curse her, they didn't disrespect her, but they dismissed her, right? And that's simply for her just going on what they call an enemy's page and just simply saying, I'm passing through. And she totally got dismissed from the camp for that. Because how dare she go on what you call the enemy page and make such a comment? Wow. Yeah, she got dismissed for that. And then later on, not too long after that, another incident took place where one of Miss D's most major donor, the one that professes her love the most for Miss D, not only does she profess her love behind the scene, but she also professed it many times publicly. One of her strongest and most dedicated donor was seen on another blogger's page, and this blogger is someone that's at least almost for a year now, right, or maybe a couple months, several months now, has been riding Miss D's back, saying how much she's a scammer, saying how much she hurts him, saying how much, and he said all kind of derogatory things about this lady, like real, in a most disrespectful way. And that major donor, the one that professes her love every single day for Miss D, turned around, and not only did she go and watch his page, which is fine. People are grown people. They could go anybody's page they want, right? But she went on the page, and not only was she watching that blogger's live, but she even turned around as far as even gifted him a pretty screen. Now, to me, in the for the time that I've been on social media, and pretty screen usually means I love you, here's my gift, I agree with what you're saying, here's my gift, I love what you're doing, here's my gift. As far as I know, pretty screen normally usually represents that you agree with what they're saying, or you love them, or you appreciate them, appreciate what they're doing, so you give them a gift. And when I saw that particular donor, and let me just stop saying donor, let's say Nacculate, right? Let's just call her for who she is, Nacculate, right? Everybody knows Nacculate, right? One of Miss D's biggest donor. When I saw her, of all persons, pretty much gifting as if to say, I agree with you, I appreciate what you're doing, here's a gift to you, it shocked me. It literally shocked me. I almost fell off my chair. But then I stop and I take a look at it, and I'm saying to myself, okay, let's see how the internet is going to react to this. Let's see how certain bloggers that literally dismissed someone earlier for just simply saying, I'm passing through on an enemy's page. Let me see how they're going to handle this one, right? And they pretty much handled it with kids' gloves, right? They pretty much handled it where they even asking their audience, don't go there. Please, I am begging for this person. Please, she's like a sister to me. Don't go there. And there's nothing really wrong with that, but it does come across as hypocritical to me, because earlier you dealt with someone totally different for doing way less. But again, it boils down to this, people. It shows me, and once again reconfirmed to me, that all the fight that goes on in social media when it comes to defending Miss D's honor and defending her name and defending, her business and defending, her brand or whatever it is that they say they're fighting for when it comes to her, it boils down to this. It's really not always gonna be about her. Sometimes it's gonna be about their own personal feelings towards an individual that's doing the wrong towards her. And let me repeat that again. Their fight is not always gonna be about fighting and defending just her honor. Sometimes it's gonna be about whoever is doing the fighting, whoever is doing the damage, whoever is coming against her, whoever is saying something negative or bad about her, or whoever, in the case of Nacculate, gifting someone that has been riding and disrespecting Miss D for so long now, and yet this person is willing to defend Nacculate or even ask for mercy for her, for his people not to come against her, has nothing at that point to do with Miss D. It's all about his own personal feelings towards Nacculate. And the problem in social media is people are not able to separate those type of feelings. They're not able to separate the two. It's all going to be bundled up in one, where it's either you're for Miss D or you're against Miss D, and there is no middle ground. And if someone comes against her, I expect you, whether you like that person or not, to go and rip them apart, bring them down, curse them, disrespect them, put them in their place, put them back in their lane. But people today show you that that's not what it always gonna be. And you guys need to get used to that. People do have their favorites out here that they behind the scene personally likes, personally respect, and they should know the reason why they like and respect that person outside of social media. And they should have a right then to be able to separate that and say, hey, yes, she did something wrong. I don't like it. That was so disrespectful to Miss D. But at the end of the day, I like that person. I talk to them personally behind the scene. I care about them. I respect them. So therefore, I don't want to go after them. And I feel that the world and social media need to get used to that and accept that. But just know that if you accept it from this person, you need to accept it from any other bloggers that's out there that's riding for Miss D, that if it comes to a point where they have to make a decision between two people that they love and care for, and they want to make a decision based on their personal feelings towards that person, then you guys need to also accept it and respect it. Because here I am, right? I would think it's about a year also that I have not said anything negative towards Miss D. I have nothing against the lady, right? I've spoken before that, okay, I appreciate her now for who she is. And regardless of any other feelings I may want to have about something she may say and something she may do, I now know how to hold that opinion to myself, just out of respect. And yet, even though I am out here and I'm not disrespecting her, I still get the backlashes. I still get the hate. I still get the cussing. I still get all of that. And I'm saying to myself, why am I being cussed when I thought is only when you were disrespecting Miss D or saying negative things about her is the reason why we don't like you. And now that I no longer do that, I'm still like the most hated person on social media. I even hear one woman call in on their platform, on the individual blogger platform, and say how much she hates me. I mean, I literally hear the hate coming out of this woman's mouth, and I'm sitting there like, huh? Like, what have I done to you, lady? What have I done to Miss D? Like, what have I done that make you hate me so much? But I realize that that hate is coming from a camaraderie of hate. So if one person hates you, it seems like the whole circling clan have to hate you too. If not, they're going to get some backlash. So that's something I have to also accept. But what I'm telling you guys is, social media is the devil's playground, like we all already know. There's nothing new that I'm saying here. It's the devil's playground. This is where you go when you want to cause mischief, right? Like myself, I cause a little mischief here and there, whatever. But in our real life, maybe I wouldn't cause those type of mischief, right? But social media give you the medium where you could, if you want to, be mischievous. If you want to cuss somebody out and vent out your feelings or get the anger out of you, or you want to form a pack or be a part of a group or a clan, it gives you the opportunity to be able to do that. And that is what people is living out. The only dangerous part and the difference is when they try to take that into the real world. That's where I cross the line. I mean, not cross the line, but that's where I draw the line, You don't take it into real life. So, Nacculate, I'm going to say this directly to you, Miss Nacculate, right? Because I don't have anything against you. I don't know you, so obviously I can't have anything against you. But what I've watched and observed with you over the years is that when you say you don't like Jamaicans, you honestly really don't like Jamaicans. You actually despises them. You don't associate yourself with them. But when it comes to the charity and Miss D, I would clearly and honestly say you really do love and care about that woman. And you've been trying to tell your truth over the years to try to separate yourself from the Planka gang or Planka pack or whatever y'all want to call it. Because I don't even know what to call it sometimes, right? But you've been trying to tell them over the years that you want to separate yourself as being known as a Planka, or being known as part of a team or a group, right? And you just want to focus on Miss D and Miss D only. And you've been saying that for the longest. But no one is hearing you because you are a donor to the charity of the Planka boss. So long as you're linked with the Planka boss, you're donating to her charity, they are going to embrace you in as a Planka, or they're going to identify you as a Planka. So it's very hard to get away from that. Unless you get away from Miss D, which is not something that I know you want to do. But just know, Nacculate, you cannot separate the two. If you're going to love the boss, if you're going to donate to her charity, if you're going to support whatever she has, then you have to get used to the fact that you are considered a planker. And for that, you must respect it. And you have to respect whatever ground rules, because there are rules. It may be unspoken rules, but there are unspoken rules there within the clan. You're going to have to respect that. So you can't go outside of that and do whatever you want out there, because at the end of the day, it's going to reflect right back to the boss. And they are going to come down on you. And you are going to come across as a hypocrite and a snake, and it's going to come across as if you're backstabbing Miss D. You cannot get away from that. You cannot have your cake and eat it too, Nacculate. You cannot have 1 foot in and 1 foot out and think it's going to be okay. It's not going to be okay. And what were you thinking was going to happen where you went on a platform that's been tearing her down now for a couple of months and saying all these things about her and the accusations, and how you think it was going to look for you to go over there and support it by donating to that same exact platform? What were you think was going to happen? So you have to pick a side. Unfortunately, social media is about picking a side and staying there. And all who wants to remain neutral like myself, get used to the fact that you're going to constantly be bashed, cussed, disrespected by both sides, because you're not on one side or another. So you have to get used to the fact that you're going to be a loner out there on your own, which is what I have been. And I'm okay with that. So Nacculate, that move you did, I don't know if it was calculated move. I don't know if it was a naive move. I don't know what the purpose of you have done that, because even to sit there and listen would have been good enough. But you went as far as even donating, which nobody can tell you what to do with your money, and I get that. But is what it's going to signify. It's like a slap in the lady's face. And I don't know if maybe, subconsciously that's what you wanted to do. You want to slap her in her face, or you have some kind of resentment, because I see somewhere in a comment section where you said all the plankers on her page was disrespecting you and saying some horrible things about you, and no one said anything about it. Which, when you said no one, I already knew it was Miss D you're referring to. You said no one said anything about it. So I think deep down you're carrying some form of vendetta, or you're upset to the fact that Ms. D never came out in a public forum and defended you, or even say to her plankers, moving forward, anyone that disrespect Nacculate in my comment section, you're going to be deleted and blocked. You notice she never took a strong stance on the disrespect that you felt you were getting in her comment section. And I think that is the grudge, and that's what you're upset about. And I think that's why you went and did what you did, more like a slap in your face. Period. And that's my opinion on the matter. So I would tell you, moving forward, Nacculate, you got to pick a side, honey, and stay there. And if you're not for the plankers and you don't like what's going on, or you feel you're being totally disrespected, you could exit. Exit yourself. I'm sure Miss D is not going to miss your money, because when you leave, I'm sure 10 more donors may come on board. So she's not going to miss your donation. I don't think the plankers are going to miss you. There's so many other charities out there. If you feel so giving and so loving and want to donate, there's so many other charities out there that you could give your money to. You have the Salvation Army, the Food for the Poor. You have so many different, charities out there, if you choose to, that you could give to. So I'm saying to you, if you're feeling abused within that circle, then why remain? And if you remain, you need to remain loyal. And that's all I have to say on this matter. Anyway, guys, again, I just run out real quick to say all of this. I have nothing more to say concerning this matter. And all who's out there running up their mouths, trust me, I'm working behind the scene. And I promise you, it's just a matter of days, maybe, might be a couple months. You will see exactly what their end is going to be. And it's not going to be too pretty. So let them continue running up their mouth. Queen Bee have nothing to say. All right? All right. Anyway, guys, you have a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, any part of the world you're in today. Queen Bee come, Queen Bee spoke, and Queen Bee is gone again. Bye.